This is a feedback video. I'm going to just give some quick feedback on things that have come up recently. So quizzes, I wanted to point a couple things out. So Chantel's post here, I'm comfortable with the layout that she has, where she has paragraphing with the length of responses. Solid work. This one was kind of borderline. She got points on it because still have questions about the spectrum of journalism. It's a legitimate point. I even had another student who was even shorter, and because it was like it was a good point. Even though it's just a phrase, usually if it's just a topic, point off. But if it's a good point, you can squeak through. I'm more comfortable with this length or above. Let me see. Yeah, Kendall. Also good layout. Also a little on the short side. Jacob Francis McDaniel, sir. This one is the one where I'm like, okay, I'm more comfortable with these. Yeah. Let me answer a couple of these questions. So, judgment versus inference. Inference is like you're making a guess based on evidence. So I'm inferring that this is the case. Judgment is more like a ruling. Like I have reached this conclusion. It's more definitive than inference. Spectrum of journalism. This is something that I think is fairly widely accepted. There were some other people who asked, is this a thing? And yes, I would say maybe not that exact graph. Maybe people may disagree on specifics of which news outlet lies where on the graph. That one's pretty solid though. There are other things. The ladder of abstraction, which a lot of people asked about, that's one that's not like widely, like you could ask an English teacher somewhere, hey, what about the ladder of abstraction? They'd be like, the what? They would get the concept though. The concept is really solid, but don't expect other people to know that wording. But, you know, you want to get down that ladder of abstraction, like to the point where rather than like, oh, this kind of thing happened to me, you want to go on April 5th at 11:05 on the corner of 2nd and 5th, wearing a red hat and purple fingernails. This thing happened to me. You know, that's like you're very specific in a concrete thing that happened once in the existence of this planet. That's concrete. You know what I mean? That's where you're wanting to go with that. Credo. So I wanted to point out Benji's and Viola's. Just looking at the title, Show Me the Baby. Are we done yet? So these are, you know, you've got a successful topic for the Credo when I could be teaching for 5 semesters and not get a repeat. Not just of the title itself or the terminology, but the concept underlying it. Where when you've got something that's that unique, it's like, okay, I'm with you. It's not, there's some things like capitalization, punctuation, but like I'm more worried about getting that underlying concept. You know, I'd be more comfortable if it was a little fuller on length. This Viola's was a little more full on the length. I'm more comfortable with that. Again, don't shoot for the minimal you can do. Shoot for giving yourself a comfortable gap. I think it's not just for me. I think it's also getting good habits for you. Okay. Good to give you some feedback, and I'll talk to you later.